Pag-hype ng phone si Honor, it's always very catchy. Naalala si Honor X9B, it was able to capture most of your attention. And equally said din dito sa Honor Magic V2. And ang kanilang official hashtag is Experience Magic Beyond the Galaxy. Hinurot lang niya konti si Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. And malalaman natin in this video, would the Magic V2 be able to beat the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5? Pakita ko sa inyo after this quick intro. And so, nakita na natin ang full unboxing ni Honor Magic V2. And ang kanyang 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage would have a price na 79,999. This is way cheaper than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5, and I'm not quite sure yet kung ang kanyang presyo would be a early bird price or yun na talaga ang kanyang regular SRP. But for me, definitely the price is jaw-dropping kasi normally makita mo mga foldables 90,000 pesos and up. This one, below 80K. Now, one of the thing na sobrang pinagmamalaki ni Honor, and I believe it's true, this is the world's slimmest na foldable. Kung naka-fold siya, this one is a 9.9mm thick. And if naka-open siya, this is a 4.7mm thick, which is only as thick as 6 cards ko na pinagpatong. Hindi credit card kasi credit card naka-emboss ang kanyang mga letterings, but yung mga regular kong cards like mga Advantage card and whatever loyalty cards na meron ko sa loob ng aking wallet. And another thing na hindi nila masyado sinasabi but I believe is very crucial dito sa phone na ito is yung kanyang hinge dito is made out of titanium alloy, which is definitely very tough and very durable, and it can withstand 400,000 folds. So imagine, no, if you're folding this phone for roughly about 5 to 10 times a day, how many days ang kaya niya i-survive? You do the math. And another thing is hindi lang yung mga Honor X9B ang tough ang glass. This one has yung kanyang second generation na nano crystal glass, which offers 10 times more drop resistance as compared sa mga regular mong foldable phones like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. And ang battery technology na dito is bago. This one is using a dual cell na silicon carbon battery, which gives you a longer lasting battery on a single charge. And this one is the first one ever on a foldable to be able to equip a 3840 na PWM dimming technology to make sure na okay ang iyong mata while you're using this for long hours. And yung mga binanggit ko are some of the highlights that I feel is very important dito sa device na ito, which is wala sa Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, taking into look itong kanyang design, I would say it's definitely nice. Ang sarap hawakan sa kamay. And what's nice din dito sa kanya is that it feels just like a normal phone. Hindi mo feel na this one feels like a foldable like Z Fold 5, which is a little bit chunky. This one, pag hinawakan mo, it's just like any regular phone. It's just slightly thicker than my P60 Pro. This is even slimmer than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So itong phone na ito has one generation older na Snapdragon na chip. This one is being powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is a overclocked edition. Well, yun ang sabi ni Antutu Benchmark sa akin. It was able to score me a 1.11 million points. Best loop score na dito sa 3D Mark is 3,651 points but only a stability of 48%. Ito ang result na nakuha ko sa Geekbench, and this is the GPU benchmarking sa Geekbench. Not really looking so good dito sa thermal throttling test. It throttled to 61% na kanang maximum performance. But at the end of the day, I would tell you na this is not a gaming phone. But kaya na maglaro, which makita natin a little bit later. Itong phone na ito has a 5,000 mAh battery na which is a newer technology. Tawag nila dito is dual cell silicon carbon battery. It promises to let you last longer on a single charge, and this one can support up to 66 watts na Honor Supercharge. And by experience for 2 months, kaya naman na magtagal ng 1 whole day. It depends, no, if you're always using yung inside ng phone na ito, maybe a little bit lesser. But if you're blending it between outside and inside usage, I think it can last you a whole day without any problem. And if you check dito sa aking PC Mark na battery stress test, it gave me a 15 hours and 43 minutes na screen on time on the outside. So this was tested under 50% brightness and 60 Hz screen refresh rate. Napag-usapan na natin ang screen nito phone na ito. It has two screens, isa sa labas and isa sa loob. And yung sa labas niya is a 6.43-inch na LTPO OLED display with 120 Hz of screen refresh rate, and ang kanyang maximum brightness is 2,500 nits. And this is being protected by the Nano Crystal Glass 2.0, which has a 10 times better drop resistance as compared to the other phone. But of course, I'm not telling you na i-drop mo tong phone mo once na binili mo. Drop testing it on your own will automatically void your warranty. Take it from me. And sa loob naman niya is a 7.92-inch na foldable LTPO OLED display, 120 Hz lang kaya niya, and 1,600 nits ang kanyang maximum brightness. This one has a 89% na screen-to-body ratio dahil meron siya mga borders dito na makita mo. Now, if you're the type of person na mahilig sa social media and browsing through your phone, this is probably one of the best experience na ever na-try ko. Browsing on shorts dito sa labas, scroll ka lang ng scroll dahil sa ganda ng kanyang refresh rate, this is definitely going to give you a very nice experience. Now, if you're the type of person na mahilig naman sa video, I would suggest na i-open mo ang yung foldable, but definitely it will drain a little bit more battery as compared dun sa labas. Watching the videos inside is definitely good dahil sa bigger display, and it gives you those punchy colors and black is blacker na feel on every single video that you watch. So whether you watch animes or mga K-pop or yung mga NBA basketball or mga NBA All-Star games, this would definitely be a good choice. And another thing din, if you're a parent like me, having a foldable like this is definitely better than a normal phone. Bakit? Kasi kung gusto manood ng anak mo ng YouTube or other mga shows on your phone, this would give them a bigger view without damaging their eyes. So makita mo yung anak ko was able to enjoy this one while we're on vacation, and this has a 3,840 PWM dimming to protect their eyes. Of course, you want the best for your kids. Siyempre, on top of that, you can do your spreadsheet dito, browsing the internet, or doing other things, One good thing is that you can even type like this, yung virtual keyboard nandito sa ilalim, and your spreadsheet nandito sa ibabaw, or your mga Word document. This is definitely a good experience. But of course, if you want better experience, you can always connect a keyboard para better ang typing. And by the way, guys, this one supports stylus, which is not included in the package. And another good feature dito, while it's being unfolded, you can copy mga text document dito, like yung mga homework ng anak mo. Just simply hold on the text and highlight mo lang, copy. Punta ka lang sa notepad dito or Word document, just highlight and paste. And nandito na ang iyong copied text. Ganun kadali ang buhay dito, parang laptop lang or tablet. Now, one good thing, if you're watching from the inside and biglang gusto mo i-fold, tutuloy lang siya, while you're watching your favorite shorts dito, i-fold mo lang siya and tutuloy lang siya dito, which is a very nice feature na meron dito sa phone na ito, which I think common naman siya sa mga foldables. Now, knowing na ito foldable nito has really nice sounds, I think if you're watching mga videos dito or listening to Spotify using the loudspeaker or just simply playing games, this would give you a nice and rich sound experience. Now, let's talk about gaming. Since this is not a gaming phone, but kaya naman gaming since it's a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 na overclock edition, I was able to play two games. So, nilaro natin si Call of Duty Mobile and si Farlight 84. So, why these two games? These are some of the games that I always play and mataas na ang aking level. I don't want to show you mga games ko na medyo mababa ang level just for the sake na mapakita ko sa inyo na meron akong nilalarong game dito sa mga phones ko. But rather, I would like to show you mga games ko that I have mastered and high level ang mga characters ko. So these are the maximum graphical settings na kaya ko i-set sa Call of Duty Mobile and sa Farlight 84. And playing both games while the phone is being unfolded, it will give you a good experience. Bigger display, and I would say na halos wala mo na feel na lags dito sa dalawang game na ito. And true enough, the gameplay was quite smooth and I was able to enjoy it for more than 1.5 hours playing these two games. Now, on Farlight 84 naman, I was expecting it might lag a bit kasi sinagad ko ang kanang graphical graphical settings. But to my surprise, itong game na ito was giving me a really nice experience. So smooth na smooth siya. Very, very minimal ang kanyang frame drops dito. And probably the only con dito is nung ginamit ko aking Milesy na thermal scanner, yung likod achieved a 50 degrees Celsius na init, which I think is not really alarming. Kasi ang bilis siya mag-dissipate ng heat. And by the way, itong phone na ito, sabi ni Honor, it has a good na cooling technology. So I believe them kasi yung 50 degrees Celsius didn't even last for 20 seconds. Bumaba na agad siya ng mga 46 to 47 degrees Celsius. Now, when you talk about the camera ng mga foldables, you don't really expect it to perform like yung mga flagship level phones. But ibahin mo si Honor Magic V2 dahil the camera experience dito took me to a whole new level for a foldable. Now, it starts off with a 50MP na main camera sensor with a OIS and 20MP na telephoto lens na may 2.5 times optical zoom with OIS din. And of course, meron din siya 50MP na ultra-wide lens with autofocus, and this phone can let you shoot up to 4K and 60. Now, ang kanyang selfie camera sa loob and sa labas is a 16MP na front-facing camera which can let you shoot up to 4K and 30 FPS. And what's nice dito sa kanyang camera dito sa loob, you can use it while it's folded like this, 90 degrees. You can do some other things while their camera is being folded, and it's really nice. So pag-usapan natin ang kanyang camera, this one has a flagship level na camera which I really love. Kasi I was thinking na yung mga fold like this one, okay ang kanyang camera, but not yung flagship level performance. Nagkamali ako dyan, and this one was able to give me a flagship level na camera experience. Na binibit ko to sa aking trip sa Boracay, and I was able to take in a lot of breathtaking shots. So pagland ko dito sa Katiklan Airport, I was able to take in itong mga shot na ito. No? This is an ultra wide shot. This is a normal shot na 1 times 2.5 and zooming all the way to 10 times zoom. And by the way guys, pinapakita ko sa inyo yung mga preset dito, no? 0.5, 1, 2.5, tsaka 10. And you'll be able to see some consistency dito sa kanyang color reproduction ng sky. You'll see ang 0.5 saka 1 times is the same. Pero pagdating sa 2.5 times zoom, medyo naging a little bit pale, konti na blue, and yun ang halos the same sa 10 times zoom niya. But overall, I love the shot na itong dalawa, no? Ang kanyang 0.5 and kanyang normal na shot, no? But zooming it all the way to 10 times zoom, I'd say okay pa, very decent pa itong shot na ito. Now, one of the good things dito sa kanya is if you're taking some nature shots, you'd really appreciate yung ganda nito kanyang camera, no? Not looking at the foreground. If you look at itong picture dito sa kanyang background, sa building, no? Very nice pa rin mga details na preserve na dito sa shot na ito. And further taking some shots like this one, you really see some very dramatic shot na you'd see yung focus, ang ganda dito sa harap, and ang ganda ka ng background blur as well. Taking some more shots like this one, you'd see yung ganda ng sky. Is very fluffy yung mga clouds, and you see mga leaves dito na subject is still very good ang kanilang mga details. This is probably one of the best shots na nakuha ko dito. Of course, kita mo naman ang effort na ginawa nila dito, and all the details, no, kita mo from yung sand dito sa tuktok ng sandcastle. The details are very nice and very preserved, and of course, blurring it background. Hindi siya ganun ka-blurred yung background, but I think this one, nag-focus siya mag-isa dito sa gitna, but yung background is tama lang, hindi naman siya sobrang nag-blur. But I think this shot is pretty nice. So nakita ko tong grotto na ito, and this is a 2.5 times zoom shot. So since medyo high tide siya, zoom in ko all the way to 10 times zoom, and I was able to take in this shot. Pretty nice pa rin, no? Now talking about some indoor low light shot, you'd see, no, ginamit ko tong camera na to. I wasn't expecting some really nice na indoor low lights of food photography, but some of these shots, though, ang ganda, no? Ang ganda ng kanang reproduction, ng kanang color, and it looks really nice and yummy itong mga food dito. Zooming in dito sa crab, preserve pa rin details. Dapat yung mga butil ng kanin dito, kitang-kita pa rin. And if you're the type of person na mahilig sa food photography, you'll be able to find that this camera is really good performer for low light food photography like this. Now, probably one of the highlights dito sa camera niya, ang ganda ng kanya night photography. I was able to take in this sunset shot dito sa shore ng Boracay. And kita nyo, no, red sky, probably 30 lang na-capture ako na ito shot na ito. It was really nice, and total darkness talaga siya. I was able to reproduce it into a more dramatic shot. And nung naglalakad na ako nung gabi na yon sa shore ng Boracay, you would see ang ganda ng mga color production nitong camera niya, no? And taking in some really nice shot dito. Makita mo ang ganda ng mga ilaw dito sa shore. And you'd really able to take in some really nice and breathtaking shots like this one, no? Ayan, kita nyo. Very nice. Total darkness talaga sa background ko. But since yung in-enhance niya yung mga ilaw na available available, turning it into a very nice and dramatic shot. Now, further taking some nice shot dito sa Dalim Boracay, sa labas ng aming room, no, you'd see some really nice shot like this one. And kitang-kita mo, no, the color production, I would say this is a very nice night camera. And oh, by the way, this is another sunset shot na nakuha ko dito on another day. And I know na ang dami ko shots dito na gusto ko i-share sa inyo, but of course, due to the limited airtime ko dito, I don't want to keep you watching all of those photos. If you want more photos from my Honor Magic V2, feel free to check out my Facebook page, gadgetsidekick, para makita nyo lahat ng mga photos na kuha ko dito sa Honor Magic V2. I-share ko rin doon para for you to get more information about yung camera ng Honor Magic V2. Now, checking the front-facing camera, there are some shots na kinuha ko from the outside ng kanyang camera, and there's some shots na nakuha ko from the inside ng kanyang camera. There's slightly difference, but hindi masyado halatado, no? Now, this one is taken while it's folded. You'll see maganda yung mga details na na-capture na dito. And this one is being taken while the phone is open. So, I could hardly see any difference sa kanyang resolution. Now, further checking some shots from the outside, kasi you'll probably use more of these shots while the phone is closed rather than opening it just to take a selfie. Testing some more shots dito. You'll see some really nice background blur dito sa kanyang camera while taking some selfies. Now, surprising, while your camera is against the sun, you'll see still pretty nice kasi there are some cameras pag nag-go against the sun na siya, you'll see medyo naging dark na yung subject, but not dito kay Honor Magic V2. Pag ako naman against the sun, this is how it looks like. Now, if you're taking some indoor shot, the camera is also nice and performing. And further taking some more shots, you'd see okay din ang kanyang selfie camera. Now, nung pahapon na I was able to take in some further shots dito, and yeah, equally nice din, be it on indoor, outdoor, or a little bit gloomy na weather, this front-facing camera can give you some really nice shots, and even some ice cream shots. Now, on my journey back to Manila, this is one of my selfies, and yeah, I would say it's really nice and decent as well. Now, to further prove yung kanyang cameras while recording video, I'd say it's stable, nice ang kanyang OIS, and I was able to take in some really nice selfie video, though a little grainy, but I would say overall performance is good. Now, using his rear camera, taking a 4K shot, well, honestly, it's also a nice na camera if you want to use it for vlogging. Ganito kaganda, no, ang view when you're walking along the beach shore, bandang hapon, no, na walang araw, you'll be able to take in some really nice na video using the Honor Magic V2. And on some instance, nung pa-sunset na, you'll be able to take in some really nice na video like this one. Quite stable din. So guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa Honor Magic V2? It has all of the good specs for a foldable dito. One, it looks simply just like another normal phone on my hand. Hindi siya elongated and looking like a pencil box like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. But rather this, ang kanya outer screen looks just like any normal smartphone na pwede mong gamitin. What I don't like sa Z Fold 5 is sobrang cramped ang kanyang screen, masyado siyang narrow. Though medyo mas tall nga siya, but it doesn't really fits me right. I think this one is the right design for a foldable. Plus, the phone is only just 9.9mm thick. It doesn't even let you feel like it's a foldable. But there are just some few cons na kailangan ko sabihin sa inyo. I have yet to find one after using this for 2 months. One thing na napansin ko is very tight ang kanyang hinge. So kung medyo madulas sa iyong daliri, wala kang grip, I find it hard to open it, no? You just need a little bit more force, or kung meron kang magandang grip, you'll be able to open it easily. But kung madulas sa iyong daliri, this one is a very shiny and smooth surface. Halos wala kang grip pag open, wala kang force. And probably another con, or probably it might not even be a con, is yung kanyang bakal dito, no? Yung kanyang hinge na bakal dito. I think it should have been covered or something. But since inexposed sila like this one, I'm not sure kung it might corrode or what in the long run. But medyo hindi lang ganun kasarap ang experience once na salat mo lang siya, no? But yeah, it's still pretty decent. For me, this would definitely make it as my next daily driver dito sa aking pocket, si Honor Magic V2. So guys, if you like this video, don't forget to share it to your friends, lalo mga naghanap ng foldables, to give them a better choice against other brands out there. Plus, the price is definitely more pocket-friendly. I don't think na there's any reason not to try out this phone. So gusto nyo mag-try nito phone na ito, you can head out to any Honor Experience Center. And if you want to know kung saan na pwede mabili ito, I'll be dropping the link on the description box below. And of course, a subscription from you would definitely be honorable. I'll see you in the next one. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.